Okay, cool. So I think we can go ahead and get started. Just wanted to start out by reminding everybody to mute yourselves. And what we're going to do is you feel free to chat in any questions that you have, and we'll take some questions at the end. But if I can address any quick questions in the chat, I will try to. And then we'll have kind of like a little Q&A session towards the end of the presentation. So just wanted to, first of all, thank you all for joining us today amidst all of the changes with your daily lives during this time. Also wanted to remind you guys that the webinar is being recorded. We are going to edit it and upload it to the VCU Alumni YouTube channel where we have all of our other webinars recorded. So you will be able to go back and see this or share it with the rest of your chapter leaders. Just wanted to give that quick reminder that it is being recorded. And in case you are going back and listening to this, or you're a future chapter leader accessing this from the future, right now we are in the middle of a global pandemic called COVID-19. So right now everybody is working from home, and we're really trying to kind of pivot to more virtual engagement and just kind of give some options and resources for alumni to stay engaged, since right now a lot of us are unable to even leave the house. So for our future alumni leaders, just wanted to give some context around why this is being recorded right now. So we're just wanting to give some information on resources that we have available that you can use to continue engaging alumni online. All of these options are optional. And of course, they can be used at any time throughout the year, whether we are on stay-at-home orders and doing social distancing or not. These can be used at any time. So again, we'll take some questions at the end, but feel free to chat in any questions that you have right now. So I'm going to try to switch slides. And usually I have my handy staff helpers here to help me, but I don't today. So give me 1 second. There we go. Okay. So why virtual engagement at any time? Virtual engagement is a really awesome way to reach new alumni that may not have been to your in-person events before. And it gives a little bit more bandwidth for attendance, just because of course you don't have those physical constraints. And of course, online networking and getting involved, just like an online class, you have a little bit more capability to reach more people, maybe that aren't too familiar with what your chapter normally does with in-person events. There are few barriers with online programming. Number one, a lot of the platforms are already paid for by the university or our office, so it's not likely to cost much to do the actual event. You might spend some money on marketing or small things, but it's usually going to be something that is very cost effective for your organizations. It's very time efficient. You can schedule a set time to be online and when the event is going to end. There's also no venue contracts that we have to deal with or sign off on, and there's not a lot of accessibility concerns as far as like traffic and things like that. And it also just might be the preferred way for alumni to engage if they have busy lives, tight schedules, families, and things like that. So these are just a few of the platforms that we have for virtual engagement. And our office over the past year and a half or 2 years has been stacking up on platforms, testing them out, holding our own events, and kind of rolling them out for a year and a half or 2 years. So now we're at a point where we would love for our chapters, chapter leaders, and organizations to also be able to use some of these resources that we have. So first you'll see the alumni app, and that's just a quick way to access what's already on the VCU Alumni website, just in one location. We have the virtual book club, which is we roll out a new book every month, and it's just like an in-person book club, but online. Brazen is a chat-based networking site. Of course, we have Zoom, which we're all accessing this on right now. VCU Link, our online mentoring and networking platform, which is for VCU students, alumni, and staff only. And then, of course, we have Volunteer VCU, where we post our volunteer opportunities, including the ones that you can do from home or online. So we're going to touch on a few of these right now. So first, we'll talk about VCU Link. So VCU Link is, again, an online networking and mentoring platform. I know a lot of you are already signed up for VCU Link, but if you're not, this is just a quick snapshot of what it looks like. Again, it's just like LinkedIn, except for VCU only. And again, alumni, students, and staff are able to access VCU Link. So how can you use VCU Link? You are able to search for alumni geographically or by industry. So when you sign up for VCU Link, you'll select some of your expert areas or what industry you work in, and then it connects you with like discussion boards, and you're able to connect with other alumni that might live in your same area or work in the same industry as you. You can request mentoring or career advice from other alumni that are on the platform, just like LinkedIn. You can also offer that mentoring for other alumni or students. You can schedule video calls or set up meetings with alumni. And this might be a really good way to recruit new volunteers for your chapter or your organization, just by setting up a profile and doing that quick search, connecting, and maybe introducing yourself as a chapter leader, or giving them information about your chapter and seeing if it's something that they might want to get involved in, or just staying connected again with other alumni that share the same interests, professional interests as you. So yeah, you can access it by going to link.vcu.edu. Again, if you don't have a profile on there already, I know a lot of people got signed up at the Volunteer Leaders Summit, which was really fun. And you may have met Letitia, who is the VCU Link expert, and this is her baby, her program. So if you're not on there already, I would highly encourage you to go ahead and make a profile and start clicking around and trying to connect with some alumni, because right now is a really good time when you can be connecting online, of course. Oops. So we also have Brazen, and Brazen is a chat-based virtual event and networking platform for our career programs. So it's awesome, you guys. Last week, we held a Women of VCU online networking hour, which went over really well. I think we had about 200 Women of VCU that came to the event. And it was kind of like power hour style. So there was an hour where we were chatting with other women and getting to know each other, and it was awesome. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information about how Brazen works and how you can use it. So this is what Brazen looks like when you sign in or log in and sign up for an event. So the way it works is that you are able to set up chat booths for your event, and you can have up to 6 booths in an event. And I believe that Letitia is on today. So Letitia, feel free to hop in and add any information if you would like to, because Letitia is our Brazen queen. So again, you set up the chat booths, and then you can, once you enter the event, you can choose from one of the booths to enter. So for example, at the bottom, the women re-entering the workforce or women entrepreneurs, I'd be able to click on that booth, and then I'm paired with another woman entrepreneur to chat. And the chats last 10 minutes before it ends, and then you can choose a new booth or start a new chat with somebody new in that same booth. Um, so I really enjoy that it's 10-minute chats, and that might sound like, or you might be questioning, why just 10 minutes? It really creates a little bit of a sense of urgency. So, you know, you don't walk away for 20 minutes and then forget that somebody chatted you or something like that. So it really creates kind of like really quick, kind of like speed networking online. And it's a lot of fun. And again, you can set this up for any type of topic or event type that you would want to do. So again, you can do like a power hour that's at a convenient time of day. This one was held at 12 p.m., which I think was an awesome time when people are at home, you know, over lunch or something. Or you could do like an evening time after work when you're at home getting settled in, whatever works for your event. And it's a really efficient way to focus on a specific topic, reach new audiences, again, that may not have come out to your in-person events, and things like that. So some examples, maybe if you are a regional chapter, would be setting up a networking night on Brazen, and you could have several booths for different topics, such as a booth for if you're new to the area, a booth for if you're interested in being a chapter leader, different industries. If you're looking for things to do in Atlanta, that could be one of the booths that you have. So you can enter different ones. I mean, it's between a 10-minute and a 60-minute commitment. If you only want to do one chat, you'll be on for 10 minutes, or you can stay for the whole hour and do multiple. So it's, like I said, a lot of fun, and you're able to plug into already existing events. So I would say that we do Brazen events pretty often. There was one last week, there's one last night. So if, you know, we can definitely let you guys know a little bit more when we're doing the Brazen events. And if it's something that you're interested in, kind of like rallying up people from your organization to get into, then we could definitely do that. And again, it's really efficient, quick, and convenient, and it will not cost your chapter any money.
I think Stephanie, you did a great job summing that up. This is Leticia Taylor, the Associate Director of Alumni Career Programs. Just to answer Kevin's question really quick, yes, it is one-to-one text-based chatting. You are able to, and we can customize the event however you would like to. So, for example, if we wanted to customize it so that people can have more than one chat going at a time, we can do that. Best practice is to have people being able to engage in at least 2 chats at a given time. So it's just depending on what type of event. Yes, it is only text, no video. So again, the convenience of it is that you can do it on your phone, you can do it on your iPad, you can do it from wherever you are. So that's why it's more of a text-based chatting platform. Just to reiterate, I am happy to, set up a Zoom call where I am pretty much, giving you the ins and outs of how to set up a Brazen event. If any of you all want to do that with your chapters, I'm more than happy to schedule an appointment to do that, and we can talk more in depth about what you're looking to do with your chapter.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that question, Kevin. And thank you, Leticia, again, the Brazen Queen, for explaining a little bit further about how this works. So again, any of these platforms, if you have ideas pop into mind, or maybe you don't have an idea, but you just like the platform and want to try it out, please reach out to us as soon as possible so we can start setting these things up for you, because we just know that alumni are itching to hear from you all. So. All right. Next is the virtual book club, and we also have Sarah Smith on the line, who is right now our book club queen. So I'm going to give you a little bit of information, and then Sarah, if you want to chime in as well, feel free to. So our book club is online, and you're able to join an online community of readers who are just as adamant about reading as you, or maybe want to get into reading. I'm in the book club, and I can admit that I don't read that often, but it really helps me to, get into the books. And I'm really excited to receive the next book, I'll Be Gone in the Dark, in the mail. So even if reading isn't your thing, now might be the time to pick it up, or just encourage some of your groups to get into the book club as well, because it's awesome. And Sarah's been doing a great job with it. So you can start threads for your chapter or your audience. For example, like a Philadelphia thread or a business alumni thread, where people who are in your constituency can have their own discussion about the book. And if you don't do that, of course, you can chime into any of the other discussions and just encourage your alumni to be participating in this platform. And it's also an awesome way to get new alumni engaged that might not particularly like leaving the house on a regular day. They just want to read books, and this is the particular way that they like to be engaged. And I do believe that we vote on a book every month. So having you guys participating in that will definitely be a huge benefit to the book club, just having more opinions on what we should be reading and suggestions and whatnot. So it's pretty straightforward, I would think. Again, I know some of you are probably involved with book clubs, outside of VCU alumni. So it's pretty straightforward, probably similar to some other ones that you've seen online. So Sarah, is there anything that you would want to add about the book club right now?
No, Stephanie, you did an awesome job describing the book club. We actually, because people needed longer to read the books, we actually extended the reading period to 6 weeks, which I think people might regret now that they have so much time. So if you haven't ordered I'll Be Gone in the Dark or haven't accessed it on Kindle yet, you have until mid-May, to start reading it, and you can join in the discussion anytime. No time is too late. And we'll vote on a new book, actually multiple books in late May, because we're doing this awesome summer reading program where we're going to do multiple books over the summer, since that tends to be when people are on the beach reading good beach reads. But yeah, let me know if you have any questions. Also, would be an awesome thing to kind of eventually convert into an in-person event. Say you have a lot of people that are interested in a book, and you see the conversation going on here. They're all from the similar chapter. You can do an in-person book brunch, something cute like that. Definitely would encourage it. Yes, so to answer some questions, you can access all the old discussions on a book that interests you, that you miss. All of them are in the platform, logged in there. The web access, I can drop it in the chat because it's not as easy as the VCU link one. So thank you. I will drop it in the chat in a second once I exit full screen. But yeah, thanks, Stephanie. You did an awesome job describing it.
No, thank you for that additional information. Kevin says, I assume this is only for VCU alumni. I think, and Sarah can clarify, of course we want, mainly VCU alumni to be participating, but we do have staff members that aren't VCU alumni that are in the book club. So, it's not exclusive. Anybody can access it, but of course we want, mainly alumni to be participating. Sarah, do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, everybody is welcome. So we just launched a parent program, which you'll hear way more about in the future. But parents, friends of VCU, staff, students, alumni, all welcome. I'm a staff member, not a VCU alumna, but I run it, so it's totally fine. We actually don't have that many people that aren't associated with VCU in the platform. It's mostly alumni, and if the person didn't graduate from VCU, it's usually a staff member that's heavily engaged. So love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, family members, spouses might be, engaged with the university. They're, of course, welcome to get involved with the book club. Um, I would definitely say get your chapter members or your constituency and alumni that you know to join as well. Cool. So next is the infamous, ever used during quarantine, Zoom platform that I'm sure you're all familiar with. As VCU staff, we have free access to Zoom. I know some features and stuff might not be free just to the public, but through us, you do have access as chapters in organizations. So if you would like to set up any type of Zoom meeting, you can definitely do that through us, and we'd be able to make you a host so you can go ahead and host the meeting yourself. We just set it up for you. So through Zoom, of course, you can hold meetings such as interest meetings for your chapter in this time if you're looking to get some more people involved, or just hold your own leadership meetings on Zoom as well. So of course, Zoom right now is being used. I'm surprised it hasn't crashed now with all the virtual meetings that are happening, but it's an awesome way to just meet virtually, and even outside of this kind of time that we're going through right now, if you do have in-person events that you have scheduled, and let's say something happens where there's a weather threat, or something happened to the venue, it's a quick way where you could possibly pivot an in-person event to virtual just by asking everybody to hop on Zoom and do a networking night. There's the capability on Zoom to do breakout rooms. So if you wanted to do, those different topics, or, kind of different, smaller groups for your event, you could do that. And then there's also the option to present through Zoom to Facebook Live. So I don't know if some of you were able to catch our coronavirus Q&A last Friday with a faculty expert who was able to answer questions that alumni had about the virus and how the university is responding to it. But a staff member and the expert, Leanne, were on Zoom, and they streamed the Zoom to Facebook Live so that our VCU Alumni Facebook followers would be able to see it. But it was still kind of the Zoom setup like this. So imagine watching this on Facebook Live is basically what it was. So that's really, really cool. And of course, an option that we have for our chapters where you can stream live from your Facebook page. And also, I'm sure a lot of you have seen virtual happy hours that are happening right now. Yeah, I've participated in a couple, I'm not gonna lie. But that's just a quick and easy way to do a very relaxed event through Zoom, and just have everybody hop on. You can chat and, of course, video chat with each other. So, of course, let us know if you'd like to set up something through Zoom. It's as easy as this was, so just let us know. Okay. And then the last resource that we wanted to touch on was your social media pages. So of course, right now, social media is hot because everybody or a lot of people are able to have a little bit more time to access it. So we just wanted to remind everybody to focus on your social media platforms right now and maybe try some new posts. You could start kind of like a movie club or give movie suggestions and ask everybody to tune into a movie one night. You can share recipes, give shout outs to different alumni in your constituency, or like highlight alumni, and do some polls maybe for future events, asking what alumni want to see from your chapter in the future or right now. So these are just a few suggestions that we have. the VCU Alumni main Facebook page is staying active. So sharing the VCU Alumni Facebook page's posts might be a really quick way to get content on your page and keep everybody that likes your page kind of up to date with what's going on at VCU and any of the updates that we're giving. You can share posts from past events and, think about the good times that we've had, maybe ask people if they enjoyed it and if they want to see it again. And sharing local news stories or, any developments in the news that might be relevant to your followers or your chapter constituencies might be good too. Just want to make sure that they are factual first before sharing them. But that's a really good way to just make sure that everybody's staying up to date with what's going on in your areas. And I also wanted to say, feel free to look at other universities' Facebook pages and whatnot. I took this little screenshot from North Carolina State. It's just their, I think this is their DMV area chapter just sharing a little wellness article. So I'm sure a lot of you may have gone to other universities, check out what they're doing, and, sharing is caring. So I would say you can give us suggestions, if you're in other organizations, professional organizations, volunteer organizations, and you see something cool that they're doing on social media or just any ways that they're engaging people, during social distancing or at any time. Please let us know. I mean, we're always open to ideas. So just wanted to throw that out there. Okay, and last, we just wanted to give you guys a few things that VCU Alumni has available that you can do if you have a little bit more time or are looking for something to do, maybe to help the university or things to get into yourself. So first we have the 10 Under 10 awards are coming up later in the year, in the fall, and we're still looking for nominations for that award. So that is for alumni who are doing excellent things in their communities, careers, and industries. So we're going to send out all the links to these after the webinar. So nominating a fellow grad for that award might be an awesome thing to do right now if you have a few extra minutes. We also have applications open for the Recent Graduate Council. So that is a council, an advisory council for alumni who graduated within the past 10 years. They kind of advise us on what recent graduates want to see, and they're kind of the leaders in that area. So you can sign up for that if you're interested. I believe the deadline for that is also April 30th, but I will definitely clarify that in an email. As alumni, we all have access to the online journal articles. If you're, trying to do a little bit more research or just curious about a certain topic, you can go on there and do a little more research. The alumni magazine is available on the VCU Alumni website. And also VCU Rec Sports is offering home workouts and outdoor activity suggestions on their social media and their website. So that's something that you can definitely get into if you have a little bit more time or are interested. So more information and links on those things are to come. I'll be sure to put them in the chapter leader Facebook page, and we'll send them out to you via email so you can check those things out. All right. So that was all of the information that I had for right now, and I'd be happy to answer any questions. I'm sure any staff that are on the line are open to answering questions as well. And if you'd like me to go back to anything, I'm definitely open to that. So you can chat your questions in, or feel free to unmute yourself if you have a couple.
Hey, Steph, can I go back to VCU Link while people might be thinking about questions at this time? So just to reiterate, with VCU Link, it is more so when it comes to students in particular. Students are the ones that are going to engage with alumni, right? So they hold the power to be able to do that. So obviously it is on a just case by case basis on who they reach out to, because there are many alumni that are in the platform. So it is based on the students reaching out. But I would say if you are looking to engage right now, the perfect opportunity will be in the group category. Right now, we have 10 different industry networks set up within the group. So you are more than welcome to find your industry and be able to engage in conversation. And definitely, since you all are, you know, some of our chapter leaders and are definitely more engaged by being so, it will really help us in the platform a lot. You know, if you are able to post questions, especially in this given time, like we just want to maintain that community. And so if you are, you know, comfortable with posting any questions, facilitating any conversations, that will be greatly appreciated. Such as, especially right now with the impact of COVID-19, maybe there are questions such as, you know, how is COVID-19 affecting your particular industry? Are you hearing short or long-term impacts on your industry or the marketplace? So those are some of the things, and I am more than happy to put together some questions for you to pose in those groups, and that I can share with you all's respective staff liaison.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Letitia. That's really important to know about the student piece of VCU Link as well. Kevin Taylor says, can we identify a place to post VCU alumni looking for volunteers, looking to hire, or anything beyond Facebook? And that's a good question. I'm wondering if any other staff have maybe a chime in on that. I know that Volunteer VCU is a platform that we have, or if you're wanting to kind of rally your constituents or, you know, your chapter to volunteer for a certain effort or an organization that you have, we can post that on there. Of course, right now we want to just do things that are either maybe one at a time or kind of along with the social distancing guidelines that we have, at least in the state of Virginia right now. Does anybody else have any thing that they want to highlight as far as that?
In regards to looking to hire, if you are in the capacity of being able to do so, two places that I would suggest. One, VCU Link. I mean, definitely in those groups, you can identify an industry that makes sense for the opportunity that you're looking to post and being able to post that right in there. Again, students and alumni are in those groups and it goes directly to their emails. So you're more than welcome to post any opportunities there. Again, if it fits within that certain industry. Another opportunity, and this is always something that is a resource, and this is open to both students and alumni, is Handshake. So if you go to handshake.vcu.edu, that might be the URL. And if not, of course, you can always Google Handshake VCU. It is there we go, Sarah, thanks. It is a resource that you are able to post any job opportunities where you might be hiring students, where you might be hiring alumni for either if it's a entry level or if it's more experience level, you're always welcome to post those opportunities there, and they go directly to students and alumni who are signed up in that platform.
Perfect. Thank you, Letitia, for the reminders on Handshake and VCU Link. Do we have any other questions right now? You sure? I know Tracy mentioned that this is a lot to take in, and it really is. So we're going to be continuing to communicate these platforms to you and what you can do, and maybe even offering, definitely offering suggestions on how to use them. Again, not just while we're in a global pandemic, but you know, beyond, because of course it's a wonderful way to get more alumni engaged. These platforms are very time efficient. And again, we don't have those barriers that we sometimes have with in-person events. And, you know, we've been thriving off of in-person events, and they're amazing. They're so much fun. I think that's one of the reasons why at least all of us in the office love our job, is because we have that in-person connection and we're able to set up, you know, unique experiences for alumni. But, you know, of course, things come up in the world. And of course, during the year, you know, the virtual options might just be a good way to go, you know, whether it's weather constraints or just trying something new for your chapter. So these platforms are always going to be available, and we're here to answer any questions that you might have offline, or to help you develop event concepts, or just engagement concepts using these platforms. So I'll pause one more time, maybe for a question or two. But other than that, I don't want to hold you guys too long. So anybody else? Okay, great. Well, again, we will post this webinar on the YouTube page. And if you're interested in catching up on some of the other trainings that we have up, just search VCU Alumni on YouTube, and you'll find some of our past trainings. I actually believe it's VCU Alumni Volunteer Leaders. So you can binge watch those if you're tired of the Netflixing or the Huluing. But thank you all so much for joining. We hope you took a lot from this, and we're going to keep on keeping on. Woo, go Rams. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.